Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Vaught's Vault of Horror. Today we are celebrating the career and life of Val Kilmer, who recently passed away. Val Kilmer had an extraordinary resume. He was immensely talented. I mean, there was nothing he couldn't do. Comedy, that's how he got to start with movies like Real Genius and Top Secret, which are, incredibly hysterical movies. And then he moved into a lot more serious fare, but, it's I'm trying to think of my top 5 Val Kilmer movies, and it's tough to whittle it down. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Again, these are my top 5. They don't have to be your top 5. The number one, obvious, is Tombstone. He is so phenomenal in that movie. I mean, and that's a movie full of heavy hitters. Kurt Russell and Sam Elliott and Bill Paxton and Powers Booth and Michael Biehn, and I mean the list just goes on and on and on. I mean, you had Billy Bob Thornton and Thomas Hayden Church in small roles, but every scene he's in, he commands even more than the most recent. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a character that's more arrogant and confident that can back it up. And you can't take your eyes off of him in that movie. And I don't know who was nominated for Oscars that year for Best Supporting Actor, but the fact that he wasn't, I feel like it was a major oversight. So that's obviously number one. The rest of these aren't in any particular order, but I really like Batman Forever. I know it's sacrilegious for a lot of people, but I was pretty young when I saw the first Batman, with the one with Michael Keaton, so I didn't really remember it all that well. And then I didn't see the second one for a while. But the third one, the Batman Forever, I saw in theaters, and I was a little older, so I could appreciate it more. And I just thought he was a good Batman. I'm not saying he's the best, but I thought he was a good Batman. The Ghost in the Darkness from 1996 with Michael Douglas, where they play. They're facing off against killer lions in Africa in the 1800s, which was based on a true story. I rewatched that one the other night. I thought it was just a really well done kind of horror thriller, kind of man versus beast type of thing. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, 2005, Shane Black's kind of neo-noir thriller comedy, which he starred in with Robert Downey Jr., which was sort of Robert Downey Jr.'s pathway back. This was a few years before Iron Man, but probably just a year or two before he tested for that movie. It's a really well done movie. He's great in it, of course, as he is everything. And for number 5, I mean, Heat is obviously up there, but he's kind of got a smaller part compared to Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, but he's still obviously, and that's an amazing movie, and he's great in it, of course. So since that is a smaller part of his, I'll throw in a bonus movie called Wonderland from 2003, where he played a disgraced and notorious porn star John Holmes, who was implicated in a real life series of murders here in California. And it's a pretty gritty movie, and the real life crime was very it was pretty gnarly, but he really inhabited that role, as he did everything. But and this is not even including like The Doors and Willow and all sorts of other things. So and he was also an artist and a poet, and he was really into like Mark Twain. He did a bunch of like one-man shows, I believe, like in his home of New Mexico as Mark Twain, which people raved about. So he was a true kind of Renaissance man, and people said he was difficult. And I never met him, but the more stories you hear is that he was just a perfectionist, and not really so much of a diva as you would think. That's more of like someone who's difficult. There is a documentary about his life on Prime, I believe, called Val, and it has a bunch of home videos that he shot. I think even going back to the 70s. I think he had a video camera very early on, so it's cool to see some of those behind the scenes moments from his family life and on set. So if you're interested in him at all, that's a good vehicle to check out. But anyway, thank you, Val, for everything. Again, I watched Tombstone and the Ghost in the Darkness the other night in honor of him, and I'm sure there's a few more I could watch this weekend. But we remember you and we salute you, and thank you for everything. And as for me, thanks for watching. If you haven't hit like and subscribe yet, please do. Until next time, thank you.